So, hey there guys, so welcome to a preview video of the Sheffield United versus Birmingham City game, the big first game of the season, getting the fans back in the ground for the first matches of the proper season. Obviously we've had our preview matches, or pre-season matches, and Blues' pre-seasons have been a bit up and down and up and down. Some games where we've played quite well, some games where we've not played brilliant, and some games where we've got a bit of an iffy scoreline. And with the teams that we've been playing, that has been problems. Obviously, looking over the last game was a 4-0 defeat, and quite as it says there, a shambles. From Blues, we lost 4-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Wasn't a great game. We didn't play well. First half we played alright. Second half we were all over the place, although West Brom definitely did not deserve to get 4 goals against us. Now this isn't a great thing to go into the season on, losing by 4-0 to a team, but it's also possibly going to have an effect of the team definitely doesn't want anything like that to happen again on the first game of the season. So it could go one of either way of the positive or very negative. Before that, we had 2 friendlies on the same day where we sent some of the squad to Northampton and some of the squad played at home at Wast Hills, the training ground, and it was a 3-2 defeat by Northampton Town. This was a game where once again we started well. We fell a bit in the middle. Came back at the end, could have scored some goals. Second half, we were the better team in this game there. Although we didn't score, we could have scored 4 or 5 in that second half. So there was big attacking opportunities and big potential threats from Blues in that game. The other game that's not on here was a 7-0 victory against Salford, and obviously that was a great victory to have. Some big goals in that game. Yeah, so onto the pre-season friendly before that. 1-1 draw against Barrow. We didn't play brilliant. We didn't play terrible. And then there's the 3-0 victory over Cheltenham, which we played very well in both halves, although the fans didn't get to see the first half because of Blues TV being all over the place. Second half, we created opportunities, we created chances, and we did score goals. So looking at this pre-season, you're going to look at it at one of positives and negatives. Players have come back from injury. Players have come back from to a new club, and this could be a very big game to start the season. Now, this is a game where we could make a very, very big statement here. As looking into my crystal ball that I don't own, my prediction is Sheffield United to win the league. Now, if we can beat them or get a draw against them on the first game of the season, which is possible based off certain things that have happened that I'll talk about in a minute, then we're giving a big statement to the league that we're here, we're going to fight, we're going to battle, and we will be up there at the end of the season, because getting points off teams such as Sheffield United and West Bromwich Albion, and like last season when you were getting points off Brentford or Norwich, those were the big games that made a statement to the league and made teams look at you differently and possibly panic a little more when they were playing you. Now, what I was saying before about it being entirely possible for us to get points in this game is the fact that Sheffield United have had their last couple of games called off in pre-season due to COVID reasoning. As you can see, they've had a much shorter pre-season. In fact, they've only got one proper pre-season game on here. That wasn't a proper pre-season game, so you've got one pre-season match realistically, and I think they did play another one behind closed doors. So you're looking at a team that isn't fully fit, probably hasn't got its full ability to attack and defend as they normally would, and in the games they've played, obviously their main goalkeeper and a couple of their other main players were out. So you're looking at a team that should tire a bit quicker than us, due to the fact that we've played more pre-season friendlies. So as the stats and the insights say here, this is the first meeting since the 2018-19 season. We had 2 draws in that season. The opening day of the league campaign in 08-09, Blues won 1-0, and that was also the season that we got promoted at the end of that season. So Sheffield United first game, a 1-0 win and promotion again. It's something to look at. It would be a dream, really, but hey-ho. They have lost their opening match in 5 of their last 7 seasons, only winning 1 and drawing 1. That's obviously quite a stat. Only you winning 1 out of your last 7 first matches of the season. Although Blues' wasn't much better before, but obviously our last 2 seasons we've had Brentford in both occasions. Obviously they got promoted, so it couldn't be a 3 on the trot, but we won 1-0 against them on both occasions. So we've gone to the last 2 seasons winning both of our first games of the season, and we haven't won 3 times in a row since in an opening game of a season since 1995, 96 to 98, 99. So that's a big thing to say, that you need a good start to a season. So looking at this, I would say that this is a game that Blues could target, as we're not aiming to go into it and going, we need to get the 3 points. It's the first game of the season. It can set a season very easily from a first game, but you can't win promotion from a first game of a season. You can't get relegated from a first game of the season. So looking at this, I would say it's an important game in the long haul, but it doesn't define our season, whether we win, lose or draw against Sheffield United. I think this game will be a draw. I think it will be a 2-2 draw and quite an entertaining match. Obviously, it's also on Sky at 8 o'clock. That's something else to talk about. After COVID and all of this, not being able to go to matches, on our first game of the season, we get put 8 o'clock away to Sheffield United. Obviously, meaning trains and stuff won't be on their way back at the end of the match, and they're not available. And the fact we were being charged £33 for a ticket for an adult, which is also astonishing, when last season they couldn't charge that in the Premier League, but they can in the Championship. So this is an important game in the long haul, but in the short run, not overly important. I think it'll be a draw. Put your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Keep right on to this game, because the next video will be the vlog at Sheffield United versus Birmingham.